So now after agent of pollination, let's start fertilization. And fertilization is actually the process by which the male and female gamete they fuse together to produce unicellular fertilized cell that is called zygote. Here, as I have shown you, this pollen grain and this pollen grain landed over stigma, and then due to the sugary substance which are present on the stigma, they start producing the pollen tube. Here you just see inside the green this brown color tube like structure is there, that is actually pollen tube. So they just start producing pollen tube, and through which the pollen the male gamete pass through it from stigma to the ovary, or you can say to the ovule. Here you can see here in the pollen tube two green dotted structures are visible. So these dotted structure are actually the two male nuclei, two male cells you can say. So from the pollen grain, these two male nuclei move and they reach to the ovule. Here you can see they reach to the ovule, means they reach near the ovule and they burst open and they release both the male nuclei in the ovule. As you can see here in this ovule, the brown color structure that shows that this pollen tube reaches to the ovule, and that the tip of it is burst open and they release the both male nuclei into the ovule. Hey, as a result, what happened? This the egg which is present in the ovule, the egg which is present in the ovule that convert into zygote. Here you can see here this is zygote. The green structure means this is actually the egg. Here you can say this is the egg, and they are the polar nuclei. Means inside the ovule, seven cells are there. One is egg. I'll show you first the structure of ovule. Um, I'll just show you structure of ovule. How many cells are there? Here, this is the structure of ovule. So three are the three nuclei at one side, and three means at the micropylar side, and three are at the telogal side. So here one is egg and two are synergid, and here how many? Two polar nuclei are visible. So they are the polar nuclei, and these are the three antipodal cell. So one is these are the two polar nuclei. They actually are considered as one cell. They like in your book it's visible like one, but that is multinucleated. Means the two nuclei are there in polar nuclei. As in this picture, that this shows two separate nuclei, but they actually in fused condition, as it is given in your book. So, but behind the two nuclei, so it's a seven cell structure, three at one side, three at another side. So one egg cell and two synergid on one side, and towards the micropylar, and opposite to that, three more cells are there. They are known as antipodal, and in between the two polar nuclei are there. And these blue linings, they are the integuments. They are the integuments. Okay. So all about the ovule. Now let's come back to the fertilization only. I'll show you the same picture again. Here, where that picture gone? Here, yes. So these male nuclei, as it is visible in the pollen tube, in the brown tube, two dotted green structures are there. They are actually the male cell, reproductive cell. So they reach to the ovule, and here you can see inside the ovule one egg nucleus is there. This is the egg green color structure. So when the male gamete reaches here, one will fuse with the polar nuclei because two male nuclei are there, and one will fuse with the egg here. So One fused with the polar nuclei and one with the egg. The one which is fused with the egg, that will give the zygote, the fertilized structure zygote. And the one which is fused with the polar nuclei, that is actually the endosperm. So that gives the endosperm, the nutritive tissue of the what you can say, seed. So here you can see this embryo later on divide and redivide to give a multi structure that is called embryo here. And the wall of the ovule changes into after fertilization of these all changes occur after the fertilization. Means here the fertilization occur when the male and female gamete they fuse. After that it changes into zygote and polar nuclei into endosperm. Here the zygote uh, divide and redivide, that will after division, that will be changes into embryo. And the what you can say, the covering of the ovule, or the wall of the ovule, that changes into the seed coat. And this endosperm nucleus, that will form the endosperm, the nutritive tissue of the seed, you can say, that will be helpful at the time of germination. And this embryo only later on changes into the young one. At the time of germination, the seedling comes out, and that is actually the young one, or the offspring. So, or the new organism, you can say. So, this all about fertilization, the fusion, formation of zygote. A bit louder, Nabiha, a bit louder. Mm-hmm. No, 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 this doesn't mean that the single seed is there, so that is unicellular only. You know, cell is very tiny or small structure. You cannot see with the naked eye. If the seed would be unicellular, you could not able to see with the naked eye. So seed is not unicellular structure, but at the time of fertilization inside the ovule, egg is unicellular. The male gamete is unicellular, and when they fuse together and give the fertilized cell, that is zygote, that is also unicellular. But zygote undergo division, repeated division, and as a result, embryo form. So this embryo is not unicellular. Seed is you can say a single structure, but seed is not unicellular. Don't be confused with the unicellular or the one. Yes. No, 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 no. Nabiha, seed is not unicellular structure. Seed is not unicellular structure there. Unicellular means the cell, means the unicellular you cannot see with the naked eye. And you know the ovule you can able to see, flower you can able to see, the female part you can able to see. They are the multicellular structures there. Inside the ovule, just listen carefully. Inside the ovule, seven cells are there. Out of that, when we are talking, we are more concerned for the egg. That is unicellular, means that is one cell, and that fuse with the male gamete, that is also one cell. When they fertilize and they fuse together, then they form zygote, that is also unicellular. But later on the zygote divide and give embryo. This structure, this is multicellular dear, this is not unicellular. Yeah, don't be confused. Unicellular means plants are multicellular, animals are multicellular. Usually, I think we discussed Whitaker's five kingdom classification. So in that, Whitaker categorized all the organism into five category: Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and animal. No, no, it's okay. If you confused and you asked, I'm happy with it. Means you clear your doubts. That's not the big deal. I'm clarifying more. So unicellular, they are categorized into separate category, but we right now we are talking about flowering plants. They are categorized multicellular as organism. They are categorized under the category of multicellular organism, that is plantae. And of course, here if you confuse, means because of maybe the fertilization. So means after fertilization, the cell we get, that is zygote. That's inside the ovule. Ovule is multicellular structure inside the ovule. Zygote is unicellular structure. Okay, and yes, zygote is unicellular structure, and later on the embryo we get after this zygote, the embryo form, that is multicellular structure. The seedling which is formed, that is also multicellular structure. And now I have to end up my class. Its time is over, and inshallah we'll continue with this fertilization only in the next class. Okay.